Yeah, back in the article from Forbes, it says, I don't have to tell you that a flu that kills or critically sickens more than half of those who contract it must be taken very seriously. A genetic threat. The virulence of the H7N9 virus is not the only reason health officials around the world are scurrying to figure out the scope of the danger it poses. Genetic evaluation of the H7N9 virus shows it has the ability to mutate readily. And, it's a good time to mention about those chemtrails. Now you notice that they're tripling the doses, quadrupling the doses. Chemtrails seem to be running almost 24 hours around the clock, man, because they're getting ready to bring that major pandemic, epidemic, and then pandemic. All right. It says, here's how the World Health Organization put it in a statement released yesterday. Analysis of the genes of these viruses suggests that although they have evolved from avian bird viruses, they show signs of adaptation to growth in mammalian species. Should we worry about catching the H7N9 avian flu here in the U.S.? Right now, you'd be borrowing trouble. All the cases have been in China, either in Shanghai or nearby provinces of Jiangsu and Anhui, if that's the way to pronounce it. And so far, H7N9 has not been found to be transmissible from human to human. All those who've contracted it have had contact with poultry. Both pigeons and chickens have tested positive for the virus. As Forbes.com's Russell Flannery reported yesterday, all poultry markets in Shanghai were closed yesterday as Chinese officials tried to stop the spread of infection. Poultry dealers also began killing chickens from markets where birds had tested positive for the virus. However, that could change. According to the CDC, however, this type of virus has the potential to become a pandemic if it change to become easily and sustainably spread from person to person. Yesterday, the CDC issued an official public health advisory on H7N9 under the auspices of emergency preparedness and response. The CDC advises clinicians to be on the lookout for H7N9 in patients with respiratory illness and an appropriate travel or exposure history. In other words, if you come down with severe flu symptoms and you've recently been to China, let your doctor know right away. There's also, and that brings to mind that movie, Contagion.
Oh, yeah, I got to watch that.
Yeah, that's a good, you brothers should watch that movie, Contagion. There's also First Contact. Okay.
And movies like that, we remember when that movie came out in the theaters. When it came out in the theaters, we all went to go see that movie in the theaters, man. Those are the type of movies, man, you brothers should look to go see, man. Things that'll kind of give you some kind of edification, man. Don't go, dealing with prophecy. Movies like that you should want to go see, man. Don't be going to see the new Tyler Perry movie.
I was just going to say that. Tyler Perry.
But Padilla Strikes Back. You know what I'm saying? Don't be going to see movies like that, man. Those are the type of movies, and that's the mind frame you should be getting. Even in your leisure time, if you're going to see a movie, go see a movie that's dealing with, like the new movie that just came out. We went to go see. G.I. Joe got a lot of good points in it too. It's showing you, but the other one, Olympus Has Fallen. Movies showing that America being destroyed, and those are like prophetic movies. Even though at the end they twist it and make it where they win.
Bullshit.
Which is all bullshit, but the first 20 parts of the movie, That's like it's prophecy, like Independence Day. First 20 minutes of the movie is prophecy, man. Biblical prophecy.
Yep, reading on, it says, there's also the issue of the virus traveling with people who are already infected. Yesterday, 6 possible cases of H7N9 were reported in Taiwan. All were tested. 4 were found not to be H7N9, and 2 have yet to be confirmed. No the signs of avian bird flu H7N9. Most of the people identified with the new bird flu have had symptoms of severe pneumonia, such as chest congestion, difficulty breathing, fever, and severe cough. However, the case reports are so recent that experts don't believe they have a full picture on all possible symptoms. Yesterday, the CDC began issuing guidance to public health clinics and hospitals in the U.S. and on how to test for the H7N9 virus. In a teleconference yesterday afternoon, CDC officials said they have already developed a diagnostic test that's available for use on travelers with suspicious illnesses.
Yeah, so now they're watching out for terrorists. Now they got to watch out for whether a person you got a lot of Americans that got money in one of the vacation spots that most people go to is China. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people from Europe and a lot of people from the U.S., they go to China, man. Then you got Chinese that go all around the world, you know. So there's no way you can really stop it. No way you can really stop it. So that's another plague that the Most High hit you with. All right, I got a couple of scriptures. Well, I got one scripture. This is Deuteronomy. And this is going to affect you simple-minded, bird-brained Negroes. Deuteronomy 28, verses, I'll start at 59. It says, "Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plague of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance." 60th verse. "Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also," 61st verse, "also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of the law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed." So it's talking about Israel. Got one more scripture, Deuteronomy 51, verse 8. "Babylon, which is America, is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm." Balm is something that you heal yourself with, "for her pain, if so be she may be healed." 9th verse. "We would have healed Babylon, but she would not be healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into our own countries." And that's what these people are doing. "For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies." All right?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord." So in other words, the Most High is bringing these things because the allotted time that Esau was given to do his wickedness is fulfilled. Now it's time for the Most High to start bringing them plagues like he did on Egypt. It says, "Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." And that's why the Most High is starting to judge Esau, and he's going to keep judging Esau. "And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." So that's talking about America. The Most High is going to smite this place with different plagues. He's going to smite this place with destruction, with race wars, with economic disasters, with all type of disasters, and then finally he's going to destroy it. But he said he's going to destroy all the land thereof. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon them. That plague and punishment ultimately is the nuclear missiles. But before that, it's talking about like the H7N1 or whatever those new plagues are. They got this new meningitis virus going around killing people, you know. So it's got all different type of things that are being manipulated and engineered by these doctors and Frankensteins that work for the Rothschild. But it's the Most High putting it in their mind to do these things and bringing back those old plagues and new plagues that the Most High is creating on the earth. It says it's for punishment. They that till the ground shall mourn, for the seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So there's going to be revolutions out here. People are going to come up against the government. You're going to have Jake fighting against Esau. You're going to have the militia fighting against the military, you know, and the police force, the DEA, the FEMA, and all that, all them different organizations that work for the government. You know, they're gonna. There's gonna be an all-out war out through the streets of America. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." In other words, it's gonna be anarchy out here. You know, there's not going to be this so-called law and order as you have now, which really is all BS, you know, because they're pretty much ripping the people off. So people are going to get tired of it. And the Most High is stirring these people up, and they're going to go to war. They're going to go to blows with the government. They're not going to hold back anymore because people are getting tired.
Now, and that's on Alex Jones and even on George for G for T. They're with this new gun legislation. They're going after guys that was in the military. They're targeting these military guys because now they're saying that's why they set that whole thing up of these guys that are shooting up theaters and schools, that they're crazy, because that's the only way they're going to get these former military guys that fought in these wars, because they have to go to the VA, and so they're checking their heads to see if their brains are working properly. So they give them a false diagnosis that they'll ask them, well, do you get depressed? Do you get upset? And, well, everybody's going to say yes. So he'll say, yeah, I got upset yesterday because my wife didn't cook the food right. So they'll put that down. Yes, he's depressed, and, you know, he's combative. You know, he's prone to snapping, you know. So then they'll make the diagnosis, send it to a judge, and they say, well, look, we got to take your guns now, revoke your guns. So now you're unstable. So now what they're doing is they're going to these different, because they got all the military guys on the list. So they're sending the police over and they're saying, well, look, you know, we got to take you in because your head's messed up. You know, doctor diagnose you, your brain is not working right. And then we got to, where's your gun at? Then if you give them a hard time about the gun, they're going to ransack your house and they're going to take your gun. And then they're going to take you. So that's what a lot of these interviews with Alex Jones, because he has a lot of these military veterans calling in and saying, well, look, they came in my house and they did this because I yelled at my daughter. So the cops came, and then when they took me, they took the guns, and they did this and they did that. And then once they take the guns, you ain't getting the guns back. So another thing, the DHS, which is Department of Homeland Security, has been in the news for maybe the last 3 weeks, but that's been out more than 6 months ago, that they're stockpiling these hollow point bullets.
Aaron Dykes.
Tonight, the arms buildup intensifies as the Department of Homeland Security solicits another huge ammo buy. And this time, Forbes magazine is calling for a national conversation about the DHS buildup that has been dismissed by the mainstream media as a conspiracy theory.
Meanwhile, DHS purchasing even more firearms as the arms buildup intensifies. The details of the $4.5 million contract with Heckler & Koch was only amplified by a very similar, almost identical contract with Sig Sauer. All this prompting Forbes magazine to write that we need a national conversation about the buildup of weapons, of ammunition, now over 2 billion rounds by Homeland Security and other executive departments. Ralph Binko writes in part, at the height of the Iraq War, the Army was expending less than 6 million rounds a month. 1.6 billion rounds, therefore, would be enough to sustain a hot war for 20-plus years in America. Why, indeed, should the federal government be deploying armored personnel carriers and stockpiling enough ammo for a 20-year war in the homeland? Because it's wrong in every way, writes Binko, and hopefully that and other media attention will be enough to dispel the false rumors that there's nothing to it and it's just a bulk purchase to save the taxpayers' money, and hopefully it will get them to back off of their crazy plan to take on Americans and basically provoke a civil war ahead of economic collapse.
The DHS, the Social Security Administration, I guess FEMA. Because why would they stockpile these weapons and this ammunition? Because there's going to be a financial breakdown in the society. You're going to go to get your monthly check, the check ain't going to be there. They're taking people's pension funds. They're cutting it. What they're doing, they're cutting it in half or cutting it by 25%. So when people see that they're not making money and prices are going up all around them, they're going to lose it. Yeah, Social Security. You know, this Obamacare bill is not there. Everybody's seeing it. It's not going to work. It was supposed to be called the Affordable Care Act, and they're finding out it's going to cost double of what you were paying before. So how in the hell is it affordable? See, everybody's slowly waking up to this administration. And some of you bird-brained, dumbass niggas, you still stand by this guy's side. Yep. Anybody? Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, and that's what you're supposed to do, measure the time. What does that mean? That means you look at what's going on and you measure the time. In other words, we're in the time of the end. How do we know that? Because of the prophecies. That's how you measure the times, by the prophecies. Then shalt thou, you got something?
This is the book of Luke chapter 21, verse 29. And he spake to them a parable. Behold, the fig tree and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, you see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when you see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of the Most High is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Like you got certain homos out there that planning on doing things the next 5 years, 10 years, planning this trip, that trip, what you're going to be doing with your job and stuff. You're not looking for the Lord to come back. So that, like the Lord said, that day is going to come to you like a trap. Because as this government start breaking down and the prophecies start rolling, you're going to lose it. The scriptures say that some men, their heart is going to fail them. You're going to have like heart attacks, man, and drop dead when these things happen. All right?
Yeah, and if I just may say this too, and then the thing about it is we're out there telling them. Yep. We're out there telling them that these things are going to happen, but it's still going to come upon them as a thief. It's still going to come upon them as a surprise. Because they hear what we're saying, but they really not listening. You know, it's just going in one ear and out the other. You know, so it's like they really, even to this day, they're still in darkness. You know, they're still in darkness, even though we're out there shining the light and telling them what's going to go down. They're still in darkness.
Yeah, these jakes out there think it's a joke. They go on YouTube and they make jokes on the comment board and all that. And then these other camps, these other bootleg camps out there, they're talking their shit, and they're coming up against GMS, which we are the men of the Lord. But there's going to be a time, and I've been saying this for the longest. Well, they think it's going to go on. They can talk this shit, but there's going to come a time where the Most High is going to act. And then you're going to try to get serious. But you know what? The angels said, you've been bullshitting, man. Take him out. Or take that nigga out. There's going to be a time where you niggas are going, hey, man, I don't talk to nobody, man. And they notice that, you know, when when I come around my girl's house, I'm like, how you doing? I keep it moving, man. I ain't got nothing to say to y'all, you know. Even on my job, I don't say too much, man. I do what I got to do when I go. Before I used to speak to them people, I don't speak to them. And then when I do speak to them, I'm talking about how bad America is, man. So there's going to come a time where you crackers, all that shit that you're talking, your mouths are going to be stopped. That you black-ass women, and all you women got big mouth because you can dial 911. But there's going to be a time where you're going to dial 911 that's going to be busy. Okay? Or out of service. It's going to get real out here after a while. And when the Most High put that spirit on us, we're not going to be nice to you, man. And the angels are not going to be nice.
Isaiah 47 chapter 7 verse. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their it shall come upon thee in their perfection.
You gotta say it right, brother. Perfection.
Yeah, perfection, as a little idiot says.
The little black
gnome.
a little black leprechaun says. The little black Keebler elf.
For the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Now, as Elder Tahar just said, man, that's the attitude of you people out here. You idiots out there, you goddamn scoffers, you GMS scoffers, as we call you. Yeah, that's right, Ataria. Yeah, we gonna look, nigga, we gonna say your name. You little demon.
Yeah, you don't know nothing, man. You don't know nothing, man. Most High gonna zap you too.
The Most High gonna deal with you, you little troll. Most High gonna get you, man. And you know what? You're gonna tell them, man, don't come around us, man. Right? Don't come around us because you're gonna get cursed out, man. You wicked, adulterous nigga. The Most High gonna destroy you. You're gonna end up in a wheelchair. You're gonna end up paraplegic, man. You know what I mean? Since you glory so much in your physical condition, how in health you are, your herbs and all that stuff.
You're gonna see how much them herbs are gonna work when the race riots come. Okay?
So I'll finish off here. 2 Ezra 9:2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made is in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs. So get ready to see more chariots. Get ready to see more destruction. Get ready to see more race wars. Get ready to see more austerity measures. Get ready to see more uproars of the people coming up against the government. Fires, all kind of stuff that's going to be happening. And famines, trucker strikes. Food going to stop coming to your grocery. See, you people take it for granted. You thinking that
they killing. It's in the scriptures. They out there in Texas and certain parts in the Midwest. They straight up killing judges. Yeah. And they don't know who's doing it, man. They don't know if it's the Mexicans down there. Because them Mexican drug dealers, they don't give a damn about the president. They don't give a damn about judges. They don't give a damn about prosecuting attorneys. They will go, because this last guy, they had killed one prosecutor. Then I think the sheriff, he was popping shit. Look, we gonna get you. You ain't that far. We on your hot on your tail. Then they went in his house a week later and they shot him in the bed and they shot his goddamn wife.
Yep, see that? Should have kept his mouth shut.
And that's in the scriptures, man. They shall not regard your princes and your kings. So, hey, them Issacharites, man, first of all, Barack Obama, you are the dumbest monkey that I ever seen in my life, man. They put your ass up there. Basically, what he's doing, he basically opened up the floodgates for these illegals to come. Now they can be legal.
Yeah.
Now they can be legal.
Yeah.
And you weak-ass Republicans, all that shit, you're all fucking mouth, man. You're all mouth, man. Guys like Sean Hannity and the rest the rest of you idiots, man. You talking shit about Barack Obama talking about we don't know if he was born in Kenya. He should be, that goes against the Constitution. He been president for 4 years, and he's going in the 5th year. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. He can be from fucking Mars for all we know.
Yeah.
He's going to be the president. Look, the elite are stronger than you assholes. You do what the elite tells you to do, not the other way around. They're going to get them Mexicans and them illegals. They're going to make them legal, and then you ain't going to get no jobs. Then they had a big thing in the city where all these fast food restaurant employees, they're making like $9 an hour. They all stopped working. They want $15 an hour now, man. People are getting tired of your shit, Mr. White Man. So with that, we're going to say shalom. And things are going to get worse.